right, so now what they've done on this one, boys and girls, is it looks like all the little cubes inside have disappeared. I actually think that that is somewhat easier to look at. It's not so distracting with all of those lines. So my preferred method is to look at shapes that look like number 3. So when I see number 3, I can still use the Z methods because sometimes we want to make sure that we don't, recalculate something we don't need. And so the Z that I see here is this top front piece, which is also going to be 10. I'm coming down the side, so that's going to be this 6, the height. And I'm going from the front to the back, which would give me the number 4. So I have a length, I have a height, and I have a width. And so I'm going to plug those in. So our formula is length times width times height. And that's going to give us the volume. And the length here is going to be 10. The width here is going to be 4. And the height is going to be 6. And again, order doesn't really matter because honestly, boys and girls, if I were to turn this paper on its side, then that would change all of the length, width, and height, but it wouldn't change the measurements. I would still be multiplying together, so that multiplicative action would still be in place. So when I multiply 10 times 4, I get 40, and 40 times 6 is going to give me 240. All right, so that is our volume for this. We're going to label that cubic. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to label that cubic centimeters. Some centimeters with the little 3 for the length, the width, and the height. Remember when we were doing area, we had a 2, and now that we've added another dimension, the dimension of height, we're going to go with a 3 in that place. So just to check ourselves, I told you that every one of these we would be able to check multiple ways. Let's go ahead and use that formula, base times height. And so remember, the area of the base is the length and the width already multiplied. So if I take the 10 and the 4 and I put them together, I'm going to get 40 times the height of 6. And so if I go back to what I know about multiplying, 4 groups of 6 is 24. So 40 groups of 6 is 240. And so there I can confirm that my multiplication is spot on. So this is cubic centimeters. You can write it like that if you want to. Okay.